Bye-bye.
Put your seatbelt on.
How come we always break up the party? You always go back to work when we show up with cameras.
We've been here for 10 or 20 more minutes.
How do you guys always go back to work when we show up?
You guys can sit here for, these presents and stuff. You don't mind.
Exactly.
Alright.
Exactly.
We like the party too.
I know, man. Let's keep the party going when we show up.
What are they doing?
Alright, good.
Why are you bothering this man?
I ain't bothering him at all. Just pointing the camera in his direction.
Come up to us and say, hey, what's up, man? Like, what are you guys doing?
What are you doing that to me? Because you spoke to us.
Understand?
You spoke to us. You said, why are we bothering this guy? We wasn't bothering anybody.
We're very friendly.
He can give you the education whenever he feel like it, though. But I'm going to tell you right
Wolfie,
now.
Peanut, and the Resistance.
Anywhere in public, bro. You should always want to record police.
Yeah, them sovereign
That's the reason why.
sovereign terrorists.
We're
I hear you.
not bothering him, sir. We're not bothering him. We're just documenting him doing his official capacity.
That's why I couldn't be a police because I'd probably be all over you right now.
Well, there's plenty of them that do.
You're not a police officer. Just
Plenty of them that do, buddy. You wouldn't be alone. They love attacking innocent people, just exercising their First Amendment.
People do that.
Love attacking us.
Cops are very...
Police though?
Amazing, isn't it? You know how many times you've been arrested for doing this right here? How many times I've been tased, beaten, thrown in jail?
You personally?
Yep,
Matt?
yep. Just quietly, just minding my own business, pointing the camera on a public street. It's amazing, man.
That would be amazing. You're allowed to. You're allowed to film.
Very good.
You're a public area. You're allowed to film.
Very good. You can't trespass the eyes. That's right. So, and especially,
Oh, we just want to have a conversation. It's not about just filming.
Well, that's fine, Tibby.
Here's a camera or whatever, We want to see, of course, what you guys are doing out here, but
yeah, it's always good to
if we have like a time, like we
keep
are just sitting out here.
tabs on our public officials. The problem is, for so many decades, we didn't keep them accountable, and they ran wild. Now, that we're trying to keep them accountable, trying to rein them in, it's a difficult task.
Yeah. Cigarettes for sale?
Mine.
Be nice.
You got a cigarette for sale?
Yeah.
What is this, a
I don't
setup?
think that's
Really? Nah, bro, I ain't got no cigarette for sale.
But don't y'all have better...
So what do you got to do? Just hang out here, make sure there's no problems, I guess?
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah, for transit police, this
Is that what it is?
is a transit facility. So we, for the most part,
Is it open? Looks like it's all taped off, man. That's insane.
it's
Look at all
open
that.
because of the coronavirus and all. We're not allowed to have anybody like sitting on the desks and stuff.
Really? That's hilarious. Wow. You're not alone. Everybody's taking away all the public space with this tape. The invisible boogeyman's gonna get you.
From what I understand, everything. Well, I don't know about now with the protests, the recent protests that's going to happen this weekend.
Oh, there's something coming this way.
So, yeah, I don't know much about it. I think it's a Trump rally or something. It's
Oh,
coming
really?
It's coming from Tom's River. It's making its way down here.
That'll be interesting.
And then I think
Officer Brady, you can sell him or just
Officer Brady's not dumb. He don't
Sorry.
smoke. I hear you.
but,
So buses leave out of here, I guess, is what you're saying?
most of them leave on the other side.
Okay.
Some of them come over here.
Nice.
But,
Nice. Well, good.
oh, that's fine. Yeah, no.
He's not a person that doesn't mean you join the fan club.
No, I'm not joining the fan club. but
And I'm not saying
he's
like
got a
he
wife
like
and daughter and
mean to
kids,
people
too.
because I'm
He's
not
human.
mean to this guy. Like I just want to ask.
That is
questions. Like,
correct.
it's cool to be critical in life.
And again, like I said, the reason why we kind of point cameras is to
While he's in his official capacity, we're allowed to come up to him and engage him and ask him any questions that has to do with.
remember he's a public servant, not to be racist or anything at all or derogatory, but that's their title. You are here to serve the public, and if we, and you're very cordial, and you know that's fine.
I like to be. I try to be.
Good. A lot of cops are so full of ego that they're dangerous.
Well,
And then therein lies some of the problems we encounter. You know what I mean?
I get it.
And nobody really wants a camera pointed at them, but if you look everywhere you walk, there's cameras pointing at everybody every second of every day of every minute. You know what I mean?
I assume, I'm always on camera, so
Right.
it's
Right.
but
And that's the way you got to take it.
everything is always.
And you kind of held to a higher standard being an authority figure. You know what I mean? So you'd want to show a good light and a good attitude and professionalism. That's why we hire you guys. You know. But again, there's so many bad public servants. There's so many.
There are some.
There's always bad apples. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I think like you just said, there's always just some bad apples, and I honestly I think that it's really just the bad guys are kind of.
Well, they're a detriment to right.
Social media or the
There's a lot more cameras out nowadays. When I was young, we didn't even have a cell phone. We had to use the rotary and shit. That's how old I am.
A lot of times, unfortunately, that's the kind of the news that sells.
It is sensationalism, no doubt. No doubt. I'm more of a, I go visit my state senator, my state representatives, my Congress. I go to D.C. I go visit the Federal Reserve, the FBI, the Secret Service. So I'm not just pointing cameras at the police officers. I'm actually trying to get transparency and accountability by just getting paperwork. You know what I mean? Just finding out what they're spending money on, or what they plan on doing or did do in the last month. And it's so difficult. Even that, they hide everything, and that's another reason why we have to. You guys got a body cam?
Yes.
Oh, good. So you have a camera, we have a camera. Yeah. It's kind of for protection, a little bit for yours and mine, and
it protects everybody.
It does. There's so many people that lie.
If I mess up, and there it is. It's on.
So you don't only have it on when you need to have it on.
What's that?
You only need it on when you want to put it on if there's an issue or something.
It's not on right now. It's on, but it's not recording anything right now. It's in a buffering mode.
So you have the option of turning it on and off.
Yeah, if I got a call, if I had to go to something.
Can you shut the audio off while it's recording?
There is a way you can do that.
Wow, see that's kind of crazy because it's really not. I hear the reason why, for investigative purposes or
But it should be for the department to decide.
Thank you, not an officer. Correct. That's where I was going to go.
Exactly, are you doing?
We're journalists. We're journalists. So it'll be anywhere. It could be a blog.
Freedom of press, First Amendment. You're allowed to do the same thing that we're doing.
You belong to a union?
First Amendment. What's the
Yes,
First
we
Amendment?
have police
FOP.
association.
No,
FOP
so come in.
for us anyway, for this department.
First Amendment.
FOP is for sergeants and above.
Everybody thinks
Oh, really?
just
If
that. It's
for
freedom.
patrolmen,
So
like
corporal,
myself,
patrolman.
it would just be,
You can't join until you get higher in rank, I guess, huh?
what's that? So I
You can't join the FOP until you get a little higher in rank.
For this department, it depends on. Some departments are different. Some departments, like the whole department could be PBA, or the whole department could be FOP.
Right.
Sometimes some departments are kind of like this one, where patrolmen will be PBA, or patrolmen and sergeants might be PBA, and above them would be FOP.
Do you remember the oath that you rose your hand to when you first joined?
Not verbatim, but yes.
Right.
But you know what it means, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know exactly what it means as far as, not only enforcing the laws, but abiding by the same laws that you enforce. That's what we're trying to, I'm not really saying it to you.
No, I know.
I'm just saying that's what we're trying to get these.
But it's a shame that they really are not taught law. You don't go to law school, but yet you enforce the law. So how do you know what the law really is unless you've studied it? You're told by policies and statutes and codes and all that, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of interesting that I'm not practicing medicine because I haven't studied medicine. So how can an officer enforce the law if he's never studied law? Because the first rule of law is there has to be a victim for there to be a crime. So if I sell him a joint and he's happy, who's the victim? There isn't one, so there's no crime. If a John and a hooker want to exchange money and sex and they're both okay with it, where's the crime? Who's the victim? So there's a lot of victimless crimes that people get arrested for. Or for-profit prison complexes are loaded with these types of people, and it's a vicious circle. It's all about extorting and keeping them locked into a federal system, and so there's a lot of things that need to be changed. Another one's qualified immunity. I wish I had qualified immunity, where I could do what I wanted, when I wanted, how I wanted, whom I wanted, and have no repercussions. That's an amazing power. Now you guys have qualified immunity, you know, and it's really needs. Everybody needs to be responsible for their actions. You, like I, need to pay. If there's a lawsuit because I did something wrong, it comes out of my pocket. I can't have the citizens pay for my aggressions. But you guys have that option, which is amazing. And so instead of defunding police, we need police. Society needs it. But we need to reform a little bit about really how far it's gone.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? And kind of rein it in just a little bit or a lot until it's more on an equal basis, because, you know, some officers are so full of themselves, they'll just do whatever they want and go, ha 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 ha, because they know they'll get a paid vacation for a week. You don't have to agree or disagree, and that's okay. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Unfortunately, I don't know anybody like that on a personal level, but
You guys got a pretty good department?
this department, yeah.
You work for Atlantic City, or
No,
you got the
this is,
transit
New
police?
Jersey Transit.
Okay, so you're a different. Okay.
This is a different department.
Oh, do you have arresting powers outside of this building?
We do.
Really?
But generally,
Don't.
we don't.
Right.
But we could if we, you know, if we needed to.
So like 10 miles,
Give me an example of your jurisdictional powers outside.
10 miles down the road, if you saw
I mean,
something.
technically, it's a state.
Okay, so it's New Jersey.
But
Okay.
But
Or whatever, we can pull
generally, we
it's called DWB. You know what
control, like,
DWB is?
New Jersey Transit properties.
Correct. Like
Here,
sector police
you know,
and
the bus
stuff.
terminal, there's the train station, a couple blocks over that way. Anything that goes along the train tracks, any other.
You have enough property to
For the
keep
most
you
part,
busy.
it's bus terminals,
Right.
train stations.
Say if you were on lunch and you weren't pretty much on detail on anything. You see the guy on the sidewalk with a needle hanging out.
There's the bus.
You know, down the road or something like that, away from New Jersey Transit property, and I saw somebody with a needles in her apartment, I would absolutely.
So what would be your procedure that you would do? Like, would you call for ambulance, or would you be looking at maybe a arrest because of
I would definitely call for an ambulance. I wouldn't arrest them. You know,
I've seen you walked around the other side.
Yeah, came back.
I'm looking through and you're like, I'm like, nice.
I've got you on camera.
Did you?
Yeah.
Anything going on the other side?
Oh no, it's nothing on the door now.
You know, if you're trying to get help
For the night.
you know, for